One thing I've talked about many times before on my channel is how difficult it must be to reinvent the wheel. As in, how do you release a genuinely unique watch design? And if you do, how could you possibly do it twice even? I have huge admiration for those that manage to do exactly this. Draw inspiration from favorites, but still create something unique. This is the second brand I've featured with a female founder and designer, the recent one being the Galvin watch company Suvi model. Bettina Menescal at Moels+Co is a passionate designer backed up by a family with a long background in advertising. This certainly explains one of the more impressive websites around for a small brand. Worth a look, and the address is in the description. Anyway, the 528 created some waves in the microbrand world with its gutsy design that certainly wasn't for everyone, but it was for many. And it seemed to pop up everywhere on the watch sites around the world. The 369 I have here today have been teased for some time now, and at least in my eyes has this incredibly cool retro-futuristic design. It's available right now for pre-order too, so this is not more unobtainium teasing. The purple model, or as per the site Mauve Savage, has been the most popular on the pre-orders, and whilst it's coupled with this thick white leather strap today, there will be steel bracelets, and I even had the cool strap adapters to show you today. Will this be an even bigger hit than the 528? I think so, but join me and form your own opinion. This white leather strap has a huge effect on the overall look of the watch, so if that's not quite for you, then hang around for some other options using the adapters, or use the chapter markers to go straight there. There will be plenty of options, including a bracelet, to order with your 369. So let's cover sizes first. This is a 39mm diameter and a 46.5mm lug-to-lug. Including the double dome crystal, it's 12.5mm thick. The integrated lugs means a width of 13.8mm, but with the adapters you can use any 20mm strap. We get a 200 m water resistance, and the weight on the strap is 88 grams. Getting close to this incredible dial reveals a vertically satin brush aluminium surface, all cut up like a large cake in sections that match each hour. Your eyes are immediately drawn to the vertical logo, which on this prototype is expertly printed, nice and clear. But other than that, it's a restrained dial where you have to go looking for the details. Around the dial we find applied indices with plenty of lume, which we'll come back to. In between these long indices we find the seconds markers, and it's only then that you might realize that it's all negative space that indicate where the usual numbers would sit for the time. So it's empty space that indicates the time, which is an approach I certainly appreciate. It's also interesting to see the change in color depending on the angle of the light on these vertically brushed dials, I think. The diamond cut skeletonized hands stands out well against this dial and would against many other colors too. One small problem is that there's not a lot of space for lume, which we'll come back to, but the minimalistic approach here makes sense. In conclusion, this is an extremely attractive design that I like very much, and I can already see a polished steel color industrial design, or even an all blacked out version with yellow markers and hands. But the point I'm making is that this is a highly adaptable design which will work in any color. Much like the best logos, it doesn't matter what color it is, and it'll still be good looking. Holding the double dome sapphire crystal with 6 layers of AR coating on the inside in place is a brushed and polished fixed bezel that's cushion shape and firmly integrates into the rest of the case, which is deceptively simple upon first glance, but taking a second look is a difficult shape to define, both dramatically curved but meeting straight downwards pointing lugs. The sides are brushed, and there is now protection for the unsigned screw-down onion crown, which is a tad small for my liking, but thanks to its shape and grip, it's easy to use even with larger fingers. Is it the right shape for this retro-futuristic design? I'm not sure myself, but I'm keen to hear what you think in the comments. Flipping the watch over reveals a perforated panel underneath an open caseback. You can only just make out the Sellita SW200-1B hiding in there with a gilt rotor. You might say this is a waste of an open caseback, but I absolutely love the model name in this Porsche typeface against the industrial feeling steel panel. It reminds me a little of peeking through the see-through hoods of supercars, and whilst there's certainly no V12 hiding in there, it's still a great little fun detail, and it's also the only place with any reference to the model name. Such risk-taking is often seen in the microbrand world, and rarely seen in the established brands out there. If you want to read more about the inspiration behind this 369 model number, there's some fun details on the website. This impressively thick leather strap the watch was sent to me on oozes quality with its thick buckle and keepers. It's a whole 5mm thick at the lugs, and whilst I applaud quality products such as this, it's a little over the top possibly, with a delicate slot that this needs to fit into. But that is a highly personal opinion that many would disagree with, and pictures of the bracelet solution looks incredibly interesting. Again, check out the website. But hey, the adapters fixes any issues you might have, such as this one, and now you can attach it to any of your own straps. So should you? Well, let's have a look at some options, which will mean some double screwdriver action from both sides, which means you'll have to give me a minute whilst I enjoy a calming whiskey or two and then still swear a lot. The section that holds the straps will be slightly thicker to accommodate spring bars that are a bit longer, which will also make them sturdier. Let's check out some strap options. So to the Lume. As mentioned, the Lume is very good on the indices and not bad on the hands, despite the highly reduced surface space available. I've loved this design since Bettina shared it in the League of Microbrands Facebook group. I go all week at the knees at unusual releases such as the Autodromo Group B and one of my all-time grails when I win $1 million, the H. Moses Streamliner watch. At 800 British pounds or around $1,000 on pre-order, it's not a cheap piece, but it's also not overly expensive considering a Swiss movement and some seriously interesting design details and overall attention to the many small parts that make up a desirable watch. This includes the new integrated bracelet, which will have on-the-fly adjustments and half links, strap adapters and a 3-year warranty. I will be a bit sad returning this low now, and I'll likely be returning to my bookmarked site and wait for the all-brushed steel version, or perhaps that Terra brass, or maybe that heavenly blue. Oh, hang on, my wallet is crying again, so it's time to go. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you next time.